podcast.
I gotta play some music real quick, right? You heard that new fucking Big Sean shit? Oh, we got
Well, no, not Big Sean. Chris Brown dropped like an album with like 50 songs or something like that.
What's up?
Yo, I gotta get in this.
All right, welcome to episode 4 of our YouTube podcast. This is Any Given Wednesday with the Washington Redskins on a Friday.
Yeah, I'm Flapjack.
I'm DJ Big Dicky.
And this is our guest.
Quasi-fucking-Moto.
Whoa, I'm Quasimodo.
I just want to address the elephant in the room. I do have a mustache. I was a cop for Halloween, and you can't tell, it turns out, now that I'm looking at it. But I was a cop for Halloween. I just committed to the mustache.
So a little bit of housekeeping real quick. The past couple episodes, usually I write shit down that we should talk about.
They've been so
In the past
bad.
couple, I've been pretty lazy, and we just kind of tried freeballing it and didn't work out too well. So I've written stuff down this time, so I got to apologize for that first and foremost.
Yeah, also, so our policy for this podcast was we would always be crossed, and I recently had to quit weed for a job consideration.
But you
so
got the job. So.
now I'm just drunk.
That's true. But that's,
Yeah,
I did get the job at a company who will not be named because this is public.
I think that's plenty good.
Yeah, he doesn't smoke weed anymore, but he's a fucking.
Yeah, no, I'm
blackout
clean
man.
as fuck. I just drink alcohol in big cups.
Podcaster Deb.
Thank you, dude. So the other thing that we got to keep track of is we're in a different setting this time.
We are.
Very different setting.
Yeah, my room is really gross. That's where we usually record
It
it.
smells bad.
I've let it go.
Yeah,
You know?
I think I want to puke every time I walk.
See, I just sleep there. It's fine. It's not that bad. You get used to it, but my goodness, it's pretty gross.
I think he got lost on the way to the bathroom sometimes, and he just
Nope.
I just got
Every time I need to go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom.
It's possible.
Yeah. We are out of toilet paper in my bathroom, though. If anyone wants to donate some, that would be tight.
the one person.
Nice.
The 3 people.
So
shit.
subscribers.
We have 2 subscribers. We get 10 views on every episode.
Oh shit, this is legit.
Yeah, dude. 10 people watch this shit.
Oh,
So
my God.
the other
That's my
bit of
dude.
housekeeping we got to do real quick before.
Oh
we
my
jump into
goodness. This
everything.
laptop's on 9%. I gotta be on my battery. Or
All right. So this will give me a little bit of time to get into a little bit more housekeeping. So we've been doing hip hop and rap and stuff, and then we've been jumping into NBA stuff and NFL stuff. But we're gonna stop doing the music part of it, and we're just gonna do pure sports. I figure we gotta be a little more, organized.
yeah, Quasi's there. Plug over there.
There's
So
one
we're
like down there.
We're gonna just do sports. We're gonna focus on that and try and perfect that stuff, so we can get bought out by ESPN or get hired by Colin Coward or something like that.
Oh, Colin.
Yo, FS1.
Yes.
FS1, if you're watching, we would be
Yeah.
interested in a buyout.
Colin Coward,
Yeah.
you're like the only sensible person on like sports TV now. So
You watch this show?
I used to, but we don't get it on cable here.
I listen to his
I don't get
podcast.
Fox Sports.
You know Kristen Leahy, though?
Oh, she's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, she's pretty
She's
That's
pretty
why I
hot.
said that.
She's smart too.
She's a hot woman who knows things
She
about
knows
sports.
sports,
Oh my
yeah.
god, that's all my boxes checked off.
I can see it.
Just saying.
All right, so you guys ready to get into just straight?
All right, so we are now plugged in and ready to go.
You guys ready to get into some basketball?
Let's get into basketball.
All right, real quick. Starting out with basketball. I know it's early in the season.
Wait, one thing I want to say. I'm in a fantasy basketball league that includes Flapjack. I'm fucking him up and everyone else in the league, despite the fact that he swindled me with a trade where the day before the season started.
Okay. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
I guess we're getting into that.
I also
We'll
do
get into
have one more thing to say. I
Go
gotta
for it.
apologize to my boy Nate Lundy right now. First game of the season, Gordon Hayward got injured, and that was a huge
We'll
day.
get into that.
But here's the thing. Oh yeah, you were.
I was a huge
I appreciate the.
You should
apology.
never make fun of players getting injured. But
Injuries just suck.
his leg was pretty fucked up.
My
I
goodness.
found the pain that he was in like pretty humorous. So you know,
Oh,
if only it was his elbow.
Is that a leg bone joke?
I thought your humorous was your
All
elbow.
right.
What's
All right,
wrong with
all right,
you?
all
It's
right.
in your leg.
All right.
Oh,
So we'll get to all this stuff. in a
Wait,
little
no, I
bit.
think it might be in your leg.
Yo, chill out, chill out.
How do bones work, guys?
We'll get to
back
all-
this.
We'll get to all this stuff in a second, but first thing I want to talk about is I know it's early in the season. We got to talk about like one of the biggest things in the NBA right now, right? You know?
Yeah.
Who's gonna win MVP?
Jason Tatum.
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Kia, or at least the Kia sponsored thing, they released their first
Predictions.
projections / standings thing for the MVP.
Kia, like the car company.
Yeah, yeah. They
They
sponsor.
sponsor at least, so that's how come they're getting
Oh, so they're paying like
recognition.
statisticians.
I mean, it's working for this, you know. So the
We're
first,
talking about.
so the number one spot so far this season, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I
Why?
said Jason Tatum earlier, but it is Giannis.
So why
Here's the
is
thing.
Giannis?
So he's putting up 30-something points a game, and he's averaging 8-ish assists and like 3 rebounds.
I think he's averaging like 5 assists.
You're wrong.
Well, I mean,
He's looking at the stats right now, but I'm almost certain that I'm right.
he's averaging 5.1 assists per game so far this season.
Okay. No, I said rebounds. I said 8-ish rebounds.
Okay, 10.6 rebounds, so even more.
Yeah, so
Wow.
more than I was saying. And then I said 2 assists, but it's 5.1.
Is he averaging 30 games?
31.3 a game. Like, and honestly, like, on the Bucks, look at the rest of their roster. Who do they got?
That is a big point, man. And
Yeah, no, he is pulling them
He's
to
definitely-
be where they're at.
he's definitely balling out this season. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, I think this is his coming out season as a true superstar.
And
Like, everyone was really thinking it before, but, like, now, like, it's established. It's happening.
and I totally agree. If the season ended now after what, like 8 games,
8 games, you know?
Yeah, that's why I'm
he
like.
wins MVP though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
that
I
is
don't
half an
disagree with
NFL
this-
season.
with this Kia
That's
thing.
why I'm a little confused why these like rankings are getting put out already. Like you got what 5-6 months more of
8
that
until
no,
April.
it ends in
until the
April.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Until April, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Still,
here's the
that's-
thing. Here's the thing. In terms of business, we're talking about Kia because they're putting out these rankings.
Yeah, no, they're very smart. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's, you know, honestly, it's
they
just
know
a good
people get
business
hyped up
decision.
about this stuff very early.
Yeah, no, people care way too soon. Just like right now where we're talking about it.
Well, so second was so I'm gonna keep going because that's what I have written down. So
Okay.
fuck what you guys are saying about
Yeah.
too early because I just want to talk about
No, you can
players
keep
that are
talking
doing
about
well.
it. Yeah.
So
I
second,
like players doing well.
yeah. So second right now on the Kia leaderboard
James Harden.
is James Harden.
Okay, I think that once Chris Paul comes back in full force and they're integrated together on that team, I think I'm not going to say he's going to play second fiddle, but I think
It's going to dilute his stats.
he's not going to be nearly as important to the team as he was last year.
Well, I think he'll still easily be the best player and the most important player and the most influential player on the Rockets. Though I
Oh,
agree,
yeah.
it's going to dilute his stats a little bit.
That's a much better way of
And
putting
we've
it.
only seen Chris Paul play, if I'm correct, 1 game. You know, their first game.
I'm not sure if that sounds plausible.
I don't know, but
Not very much.
And
We've
so-
seen very little out of Chris Paul as a
right,
Rocket.
right, and it'd be interesting to see how the two play together. You know,
Yeah.
I agree on that. But
Yeah.
No,
James
that's
Harden-
the second I saw the trade, I was
I think-
thinking, do they work together?
I think the hilarious thing though about James Harden, this kind of sucks for him though, is this is like the 3rd year in a row he's gonna be I know it's only 8 games in, but like he's second for MVP. In the
Yeah,
NBA
he's
right
going
now.
to probably.
It's like a 3rd year in a row.
That's still fucking badass.
It is badass, but
If you're the
it's too
second
bad for
most
him.
valuable player in a professional sports
Dude,
league in
he's an
America,
NBA basketball player. He wants to be first.
no, I
Yeah.
know he wants to be first, but being second consistently, that's insane.
But
That's
if you're not,
awesome.
Yeah,
you
they were
just told
also-
me. We'll get to this in a second.
Yeah.
With the fantasy basketball, you just told me if you ain't first, you're last.
That was a Ricky Bobby reference
I'm
because
just-
you're not beating me in fantasy basketball.
Which we'll get to. This is.
I was
this is a,
specifically saying
but
you're not beating
So
me.
how
so
many
go
how many
focus.
times did the Rockets almost get out of the Western Conference? Just like he almost won the MVP.
Well, like that.
I think that's a lot different. Because a second in the running for the MVP could easily lead a team to the finals.
No,
and to a
I
championship.
know that. But I'm saying like, don't you think he wants to be first?
No,
And
absolutely he does. But I think
know?
it's still a testament to him that he's been able to be in this
Yeah, he's a very good
conversation
player.
right there, like for all these years. I I'm saying for him personally, he's probably pissed.
Yeah.
I'm sure he hates it, and that's what makes a good competitor. But being second in the MVP race,
No
like,
slouch, you know. I mean,
no, that's incredible.
That's impressive.
That's
And like I said, for like the third year, I think in a row, right, that I can remember. I mean, like last year it was Russ or James Harden. That was a big thing.
Yeah.
And then 2 years previous was when Steph won.
I think it was Steph or LeBron or Kawhi, and then James Harden was also in the conversation that year.
I think Kawhi became a big force for the MVP last year.
Yeah, that was
when
last
people
year.
were like, "Oh,
No,
shit, it's
people are
Kawhi."
definitely talking about him.
They were throwing his name in there.
Now
It
LeBron,
was
I think, is
huge.
always a
No,
player in the MVP race.
as he should be. I think he should have
He
far more
dropped
than he has.
57
He
points.
should have far. He should have far more MVPs than he currently does.
Yeah.
But I think that 2 years ago, the MVP conversation, like it had James Harden like tangentially involved, not like the clear number two. That's what I'm
Last
saying.
year?
No, 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Last year he was absolutely the number two. But I think 2
Maybe
years.
number one. I think two.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, I think every season LeBron should be receiving the MVP for the most
Because
part.
he's the best player.
No,
I
he
think he's the
is.
best player in the world. And like at the same time, like one side he says like I'm not mad about it because I know he's just the best, and like I know he knows that as well. But then like I'm thinking like 20 years down the road when you're like hearing people talk about like the greatest of all time, and like LeBron's name might not be in that conversation because of the number of MVPs he has. You
No,
know,
I don't think. I feel like
because I think people will eventually just base it off. Like people base a lot of stuff off of championship rings and MVPs.
okay, but how many season MVPs does Michael Jordan have? Tell me off the top of your
I
head.
have no clue.
Exactly. People don't care about that in terms of legacy. People only care about rings.
Which,
That's
who
what I
has-
would say.
Who has the most in NBA history?
Bill Russell.
Good shit. How
Celtic,
many?
11.
Nice.
2 as a player.
Nice.
coach.
She's on a roll. We'll get to some games in a little
2
bit.
as a player
We'll get
coach.
some trivia, some games.
That's-
in a little bit, but
I
he's on a
would
roll
personally
right
say
now.
the most impressive part is that 2 of those
Oh,
rings came
We're
as a
doing
player
pro
coach.
sports trivia. I'm gonna get fucked.
Well, no, it's not really trivia, but it's more just like, let's see how much Nate doesn't know. That's
Yeah, no. All of our trivia games are me looking like an idiot.
by design.
And I'm fine
That's by design.
Yeah, I believe it.
Alright,
He loves to make me look like an idiot.
So third in the Kia rankings so far is Russell Westbrook. And of course, he's the reigning MVP. He's got a lot of pressure on him. And actually, he's averaging this year 19.6 points,
He's almost averaging a triple-double.
11.7 assists, and 9.9 rebounds. So he's 0.1 away. I think the big question this offseason after they added like Melo and Paul George was, how are those three going to work together?
Yeah.
And even though he's taken a little bit of a hit so far, I know it's early in the season, like, you know.
But only points-wise. Like, those are 2 good rebounders, and he's still averaging 9.9 boards.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty incredible.
But yeah, especially with those two forwards. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they added 2 good rebounders, and he's still up there. But I think that in terms of perceptions that the people who vote on the MVP will have, just the perception of seeing him get people like that on his team is going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Like it's just rough because I don't think that the people who vote on MVP, like the sports writers, are the people who know the most about like what it means to be a valuable player.
Well, that's why it gets critiqued a lot too, you know. And they
Yeah.
vote. They're the ones that vote on the NBA teams too, and you know
And that affects salaries.
yeah,
That's
it
fucked
affects
up.
salaries. So that's been kind of, you know, what do you want to say?
Criticized.
Criticized exactly for the past few years, you know.
And I absolutely agree with that criticism.
True. So let's go on. Fourth in the MVP race, according to Kia right now,
Kia.
is
Really?
Boogie,
Boogie.
Buy
DeMarcus
a Kia
Cousins.
Sportage.
DeMarcus Cousins. So DeMarcus Cousins is fourth in the NBA race. I'll be honest with you. He's killing it this season. I have him on my fantasy team, as Nate's been alluding to this whole podcast. He cannot wait to get to the fantasy part. But I have Boogie.
So excited.
The only problem that I have with Boogie is Boogie's been killing it. He's averaging 30 points and 13 rebounds this season, even though it's only through like 8 games. But
That's still
the
incredible.
big problem with Boogie is he's
And
averaging
5.9 boards. Don't.
assists.
That's what I meant by
The
boards.
problem is that I have,
Dimes.
yeah, he's killing it. But the problem that I have with Boogie is that he's averaging like 5 turnovers a game or something like that. Because my team, because we play rotisserie scoring.
You do.
Actually, yeah, he's averaging 5.5 turnovers a game. So we play rotisserie scoring, and turnovers is counted as a stat. And so
As it should be.
he's killing me. because I have James Harden as well, which was also referenced earlier. And James Harden's averaging about 5 a game. So
I think he has a 1 for assists.
the turnovers.
Yep.
Yeah,
I keep saying
I'm
the wrong
last.
thing.
I'm last in our league for turnovers. So we'll get to that. We're just hinting at it. We're kind of trying to keep you involved, trying to keep you watching.
Our fantasy league's tight. It's actually only me and Flap that have an interesting thing going. Everyone else sucks.
Who else is in it?
Paul, Mike, and Flapjack.
Okay. I don't know who Paul is.
I feel like you've met Paul.
I think I have.
He's the Jack dude who's in the Army Reserve.
Oh, I've met him like once.
Yeah, no, he thought he was gonna have to go down to
Is this the
Florida.
dude that gave you an IV
Yeah,
when you were hammered?
because he's an Army medic. Oh my God,
Yeah.
we were giving far too much information. His name's not Paul. He's Tony.
Yeah. So last in the Kia rankings this early in the season was, surprisingly to me at least, was Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin was 5th in their rankings, and his stats so far this season are 22.9 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, and 4.7 assists. And he's shooting 48.6 from the field. How do you feel about that?
I honestly thought that with Chris Paul leaving the Clippers, he was going to take over, and just be the Clippers' point forward. He was going to run everything and
Point
score.
forward, man.
Point forward. Point Blake, as they say.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. I really thought that with the absence of Chris Paul, because who's their point guard right now?
Pat Beverly.
Patrick fucking Beverly.
Or Milos Teodosic, who's also.
See, I've never heard that name before.
No,
But Pat Beverly's not. Is he good?
Milos Teodosic is better than
All right. Apparently that guy's really good. But I'm just saying, I really thought that Blake was just going to be who they ran their offense through, and I thought he was going to take over the season. And I've frankly been pretty disappointed by his production.
Yeah, so I don't know much about NBA sports.
Oh, cool.
Like I don't watch it much. I got into it a little bit.
He's
since,
mostly
like, senior
just
year
an
high school.
Ohio State fan.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you by the end of the Christmas game, 3 of those names are going to drop out of that list,
That's not a
Oh.
bad prediction at all.
and
honestly.
it's going
No, that
to
is probably-
include 3 more names, somewhat of that consist of Kyrie, LeBron, Steph
I agree
Curry, or
with Kyrie.
KD. That's what I see.
I think Steph
Well-
Curry's more likely, or no, KD's more
KD's
likely.
more
than Steph
likely,
Curry.
I
Well,
think,
here's
but
the-
you never know when Steph Curry's just gonna get fucking.
He could
hot
just go
for
crazy like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
like,
so out of the 5, right? We got Giannis, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, DeMarcus Cousins, and Blake Griffin. Which 3 do you think you're gonna fall out of the top?
Oh, now you're asking me.
Okay.
Well, no, we gotta be
Yeah, I know, that's fair, that's fair.
So I think absolutely Giannis will be in that
Yeah,
conversation
stay.
until the end of the
He'll
season.
He's gonna stay.
And my bold prediction, he's going to win it.
Okay, we'll keep going.
I'm going to say that
We've
right
got
now.
Over 70 more games to go.
No, I understand that, but like he's just been going crazy. I think he also believes this is his year to ball out, so he's going to do everything that he can to do that, and I think he's going to do it. I think Kyrie. I agree with that pick. I am very biased towards Kyrie as
No,
someone who's been
that
on the
wasn't
Celtics.
the question. The question
which
was
ones did you
out of
say?
the
Who's
5 that
gonna
I just
drop
named,
out?
Could you
which
name
3 would
them
drop?
once again?
So in order, from 1 to 5, Giannis, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, DeMarcus Cousins, and Blake Griffin.
So
I think there were
I-
6 names. My bad.
I think DeMarcus Cousins,
To me, there's 2 obvious ones that are probably going to
DeMarcus
drop out.
Cousins and Blake Griffin
Yeah.
might drop out because Blake Griffin has not been who I thought he was going to be. And
But
I think with the return of Chris Paul, James Harden's going to be the other one to drop out.
Yeah.
He might drop
He
from
could.
number 2, but I don't think he drops out the top
It's
5.
either gonna be Harden or Westbrook, I think,
Yeah, and
which is weird because they were the top 2 candidates.
no,
last year.
absolutely, but I think Westbrook's going to stay. Westbrook's going to stay because we're recording a podcast.
It's
All right,
fine.
go ahead and walk
Yeah.
past. This is Luke, our good friend. He lives in my suite.
He looks like a child.
I do, but I'm 21.
He just turned 21. Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday to him. But I think also Russ just has more of that just insane drive in him to stay in that spot despite the pieces they've added. Which
Do
I
you,
that's
think,
fair.
do you think that it helps that Russ has Paul George and Carmelo Anthony?
think that's going to detract, if anything, from his candidacy to be the MVP.
So do you think
Because now that he has pieces around him. But I think that so those are 2 forwards. and he's a guard, right? But I think for James Harden, he's now added an elite guard in Chris Paul. So I think that's going to directly affect him more than those two additions will hurt.
I think it's tougher in Harden's position.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But in general, would you say that it's harder if you have a better supporting cast to win MVP? Like Giannis,
Yeah.
like you were saying, Giannis in Milwaukee doesn't have much help. I mean, Chris Middleton's underrated, right?
Yeah.
And Jabari Parker, even though he's hurt,
he's pretty solid. Yeah. No, but it definitely does help to have no one around you because as we've seen, like Russell
That's
Westbrook's
true.
been doing this his whole career, but then it was the year when James Harden left, Kevin Durant left, that everyone started focusing on him and being like, damn, he's sick. Like once he had no one around him, that's when he got the MVP.
True.
Which is like pretty unfortunate. Like,
Yeah, no,
but like that does like for a specific team. Like if you took away Westbrook last year, like what would OKC be?
nothing.
Right.
You know?
But
So-
he was more valuable to his team than other people were.
So the players
I
that
do.
Quaz mentioned, like Kyrie, Steph, KD, and LeBron, they all have great supporting casts. And that being said, all right, you can kind of group all those teams together. They have a big three at the very least, right? Who has the best?
Who's the
big
Celtics' big three? Tell me right now.
Kyrie. Okay, we're assuming they're all healthy. Kyrie, Gordon, Hayward, and Al Horford.
I'm not assuming they're all healthy because the MVP
No.
voters are not assuming they're all healthy.
All right, assuming they're all healthy though, who has the best big three
This is
in the NBA?
Dumb commentary because health is a big factor.
Okay, but Hayward will be healthy. What?
We're-
in
yeah,
the
ass-
winter.
No. He's probably not going to play this season.
He's probably not playing this season.
Oh, I thought he'd be back.
But
by
now
like
let's
no.
just talk about roster because there's a lot of
It's like-
crazy fantasy
It's
stuff
like
that
late
happens this
April at
season.
the best.
We're just talking about crazy fantasy this offseason.
Okay, so we're talking
starting this season.
hypothetically as if we're recording this in August. That's
Just
what you're saying.
no, just in general because he's still in your roster, is he not?
He is, but he's working in the film department, not on the
But
floor.
looking at the roster, assuming everybody's healthy, who has the best big three in the NBA? I'll name some teams off. You've got the Warriors.
The Warriors are the best. He's
Pick
the
three or
Warriors.
four. No. Cleveland. Isaiah Thomas, assuming he's healthy. Okay.
Mhm.
Boston, assuming that Gordon Hayward's healthy. Oklahoma City, even though they're all fresh and new.
You're making a lot of big assumptions in this conversation.
Not really. I'm just assuming everybody's healthy.
So we're pretending it's August when we're recording.
Dude,
this.
a ton of sports talk is hypothetical.
Yeah.
Man. Like, come on.
Exactly. Dude,
I
Boston
think-
got my back.
I
Dude.
Listen
think-
to a college
that
football.
No,
like, sports
I
show,
think
man.
that we can be different in that we're talking about real shit, not about some hypothetical
fair.
bullshit.
All right, that's how.
All right, let's get this topic.
bullshit.
I'm sorry to totally derail this, but
All right, so
I
that
think that
being said-
hypotheticals.
Okay, so let's ignore hypotheticals. Let's
Okay.
look at the real-time situation that they have now, including all kinds of injuries and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at a few teams that in the first 8 games or so have done well or done poorly, and kind of try and guess over an 82-game season how many games they would win, right? And kind of
Yeah,
nail
for
it
sure.
out. So let's start with Boston. Let's start with Nate's team.
Yeah,
How many wins do you think Boston wins in the 2017-18 NBA season?
I think that 50 wins is a very, very optimistic guess,
Okay.
but I think it's possible because with the absence of Hayward, we haven't lost since Game 2. But we've shown that we can adapt as a team to be good and utilize our new guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think 50 wins is possible, but not very realistic.
Quasi, what do you think about that? You think that's a
For
good
the Celtics,
estimation?
no, I
You
think
that's a good
it's very possible.
Yeah,
Um,
because we have shown the ability to overcome.
Do you think it helps that 52 of their games are going to be against Eastern Conference teams?
Yeah,
yeah, 100%.
That helps.
that definitely factors
Dude,
in.
at this point, I have no problem saying like the Eastern Conference is way easier than the West. Like it's just
Well, as it
Okay,
is,
but the Warriors have been shit.
that is true.
You know? Okay.
so how many wins do you think they're going to get this
Oh, like
season?
70.
They've already lost 3 games.
Damn.
They've already lost 3
No,
games.
I'm serious about this. Like, they're just coasting. Like that. They don't give a shit yet.
They could
They-
be coming off of taper, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, so okay, real
Dude,
quick,
they
before
do-
we jump into
they-
before we dive
okay.
into this, I want to give my Boston prediction real quick.
Yeah.
You guys have said 50. Is that your exact guess?
No, I'm saying 50 would be very
Give me
optimistic.
a number. Give me an exact
47.
47.
I'll give you 51.
I'll do 48.
I like it.
I'll do
What is this?
48.
We're recording a podcast.
It's a live
Oh,
stream.
okay.
So
Uh, That's Mike.
God damn, so many people are just walking.
I'll do
Before she
48.
shut the door.
I'll do
Shut the
48.
door.
48.
Nah, you're good.
Oh,
How many people are watching?
Probably 0.
Thousands.
Upwards of
Thousands.
10.
Upwards of 10. You guys are famous.
Oh, totally.
So now let's jump into the Warriors.
Yeah, the
So they are.
Warriors
I think they're 6-3 right now. They definitely have 3 losses
doesn't matter.
over 82 games. Give me what they're gonna have at the end.
Like high 60s or 70.
Give me a number, dude.
68.
Quasi.
63.
I think they'll go like 63-29. I think.
Yeah.
Or
Get into the uppers like with 3 losses already. That's fun. I mean, they can do
No,
it.
but they have not.
They
Been,
have the talent.
they haven't been playing like
Well, I
they
think
have
the
the talent
thing-
that they have so far.
I'm stealing this from some blog or website that I was reading, but I think the thing is they don't play the Cavs until Christmas, and when they play them, they're gonna realize, oh shit, this is what this is all been about. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna remember that that's what it's for. So with that being said,
I'm gonna get this podcast, man.
Are you doing a
Cavs.
podcast?
yeah.
I'm gonna
Because
guess.
we're
they do
live right
podcasts.
now.
You're like
Yes,
guessing.
but that doesn't explain why.
Like this
Why-
bullshit
That doesn't
talk
explain
about-
why at all.
Why the fuck not?
Because we have valuable insight to add to sports. The Cavs, I think, will win like 45 games, but they're still gonna make the playoffs.
So you think that the Celtics are gonna have a
Get
better
one
record?
more
I think we might be the ones that they might be 2 seed again, but I also think that they're gonna beat us in the playoffs.
But London, do you want to go to ABC?
I can't.
Why not? Why not?
Why can't you go to ABC?
He's blacklisted.
Yeah. So-
What is ABC?
All right, so ABC's is Barbie. I'm on campus. This is Noah. So last night,
Don't introduce me.
last night
Fuck up.
I said this is Cullen. I think no, I didn't. I said that was Mike before you, but this is Cullen over here. This is Noah right here. So yesterday I got a job offer, so I was really excited. I got really hammered and went to this campus bar called ABC, and I broke some glasses. And
Refused to leave.
yeah,
Oh, he's not done.
I heard
He
he's
was
on the
trying.
table.
He was trying to push a table through a window.
I was, yeah, all of that happened. And now I'm pretty sure that I'm banned, but also I don't ever remember going there.
So if I could get in on this, Lundy came back to the house.
Don't say my name, you motherfucker.
Oh, sorry.
Notice I've only said first names this whole fucking time.
Nate.
Or
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow, so now I have my whole name. God damn it.
Quick,
Okay,
quick, Quasi, where does he live?
Quasimodo came back to the house, and I have my window open. My room's like right by the front door, so I hear Nate going, "How do you open the door?"
I forgot the
And one more 5th years, Matthew was like just yelling. He's like, "Oh, Nate, you can't figure out how to open the door. Well, I guess you're gonna have to figure out how to do it on your own. Like, this is your punishment." And I'm like, "All right, I want to like see what's going on. Maybe help him because he's a little fucked up."
So fucked.
I walk downstairs. He's through the door and he's looking right at me, going, "Quasi, you are my least favorite person. I'm going to end you."
I didn't say I'm gonna end a lot of people.
Yeah, that's kind of to him eating a whole loaf of garlic bread
Cold
while,
garlic bread.
while making nachos and melting the cheese in the microwave for 2 minutes, which just turned into boiling
Wait,
water
you
and
did
cheese. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Then he tried to actually fight me, and it was the funniest thing because he was so sweaty.
This is way better.
He was
This is what he's talking about.
He was
You might be also,
incredible.
you go to damn territory.
He was like stumbling around. He was grabbing like this, and I just like slip out of it. And like we just went back and forth in the main room. I would run, like I'd do like a quick jog. He'd like turn around and see that I went to the other side of the room and would like stumble, try and like do the zombie walk to grab me again. And I would just like step to the side, and he'd just get flustered. And eventually, I did the B move from Madden and spun. And Lundy tried to grab me.
Describe as the B move from Madden.
Lundy just wait. Is that not the B move?
No, it
That's
is.
just
It
the way
is.
you
It's
chose
a
to
funny
describe
way
it
of
right
saying
off
it.
the bat.
Lundy tried to like grab my shirt, and he just like started spinning, fell down. And our fraternity like wooden letters, just like fell on top of him.
4 feet
Then
tall.
he passes out. He just passes out within like
with
5
the
minutes.
letters as a blanket.
But
Yeah,
I was nice and got into his bed.
Yeah, no, he was crucial in my survival
Yeah.
last night.
But where'd your phone go?
That's why I got this beer.
My phone? It's my
Oh no, I put it in my room. So
Oh, yeah.
You just
So
humped it.
at one point, I was just like, yo, fuck my phone. I just threw it 50 feet. But it was onto some grass, so it's fine. My phone still works.
Another what?
Another beer?
No, I'm good.
Because I got some.
All I want is Jordans right now.
I got that. Oh, shit.
You
All
saved
right.
my life. You just some Jordans.
So are we gonna keep going with some basketball? shit?
Yeah, let's go back to basketball now.
All
that
right.
we, divulge my entire life.
So
story.
going back to the big.
All right,
or going back to
That's
this
my
one.
role.
All right, take it easy. Dude.
Shit.
Going back to the estimating wins stuff.
Yeah.
A team that's won. All right, okay. Let's go to a team that's won a lot recently. Orlando, surprisingly.
That's shocking.
Orlando's
That's
played
what?
well.
How many twins
The
are there?
Magic, they're doing super well.
The Magic are actually tied for second in the East with Detroit, and they're 6-3 right now, which is way better than anyone thought they would have been. Bleacher Report
It's just shocking.
has them
Just
at
the new
9th.
Raptors.
Have them at 9th as their on their.
I think ESPN had them even higher
They're
than
just gonna be the new Raptors.
Well, what do we think? Do you think that that's sustainable? I mean, how many wins do you think Orlando's going to have at the end of the season?
I frankly could not tell
Give me a
you.
number.
I don't know, man. Like, it's so hard to judge. Like,
Well, just give me a number. That's why it's exciting. People can look back at this and be like, look at how fucking dumb these people are.
Oh man.
I'd say low 40s to like upper 30s.
Give me a fucking specific
That's
number.
number 38.
38. You think it's
Yeah.
38 and 44? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
38
they're gonna
and 40.
losing season.
So frankly, I have not watched them play. All I know is the record and their power rankings position, and I don't think that's enough information.
I just learned their record right now.
All right, 39.
Okay.
Well,
well,
Yeah.
All right,
Price is
I'm gonna
right.
I'm going to go with 41 and 41. I think they finish the season 500. I think they make the playoffs in the East.
That'd be solid for them.
I think they make the playoffs in the East.
That'd be a good result for them.
So another team that's been doing well, kind of to me at least unexpectedly, is Detroit, as I just mentioned. Second best record in the East, 6-3 right now. They've beaten the Clippers, who have a good record right now, and they beat the Warriors in Oakland. And
The Warriors aren't good right now.
Okay, but
There's still a lot of talent.
but Avery Bradley.
No, I
Let's
know.
not get into this. We already fucking got into this.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley's a god.
Avery Bradley is now on the Pistons. He locked down Steph. He's a great perimeter defender. Where do we think that Detroit finishes at the end of the season?
All right, here's my hot take. Avery Bradley ends up in the MVP conversation by the end of the year.
Whoa.
That is very
Very
hot.
hot. You might burn yourself on
Very
that take.
hot.
You might burn yourself on that, but I think it's a tragedy that we let him go.
Chill out,
Oh my
Skip
God, we have
Bayless.
fire takes in any fucking show on any network right now.
I
Skip Bayless is a little
I do
wild.
think it's an absolute tragedy that we had to let him go to make the money work for Gordon Hayward, because he was one of my favorite players on our team, and I think he's incredibly talented.
Bad
He's-
karma, man.
He's an absolute elite defender.
What the fuck?
Like
I'm so puzzled.
he's among the best defenders as a guard in the league, and he's added to his offensive game every single year he's been in the league.
You actually sound like Skip Bayless.
think Trevor Reese is going to be the MVP this year.
What the fuck, dude?
I said-
Avery Bradley?
I specifically said in the MVP conversation. I don't think he's gonna fucking win it.
So you would rather have him? So okay. So who was your top 5 earlier in the MVP, and who are you gonna take out of them? Like, you know how we
Russell
switch
Westbrook.
people? No.
Avery
Like, you
Bradley
already took
replaces
Russell
Russell
Westbrook.
No, I
You
didn't.
said
I
Avery-
took James
You
Harden.
just said
Oh, okay.
you just said Avery Bradley replaces Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
That's
okay.
very fair.
That's
Oh,
my
wow.
feeling. I think Avery Bradley's just,
You know what?
now that he can be the guy for a team, right? I
You're
say,
contributing so much
We'll see.
gold to this fucking recording right now.
yeah, no, you're welcome. A and B, I stand behind everything I've said.
So that being said, if they have MVP candidate Avery Bradley on their team, how many wins do they have at the end of the season?
How many say for the Celtics? 48,
Mhm.
47.
47.
You know, hey, this can happen in sports, man. Like, I don't know.
No, I think Avery Bradley's
So-
better than anyone's ever given him.
I would bet my left nut that Avery Bradley is in no serious
Let's go.
fucking. I want to keep my left nut.
So I hate
He
to.
just said that he would bet his left nut, and I offered a real bet for his left
I did
nut,
not
and he
shake.
did
I
not
did not
take it.
shake, but I'm just saying, like,
No, he refused to take
there
it
is
because
no
he knows that
fucking
he's wrong.
way, dude, that Avery Bradley is in the conversation for
But
MVP.
I'm just saying the conversation.
Okay, but
That's a very low bar.
can I get in here? I hate to compare this to soccer, but
Okay, we're not.
We
talking
do
about
not
that.
care about soccer.
in the Premier League 3 years ago,
We're not. No, we don't talk about
a
those
team
guys.
that just
All
got
right,
moving
moving on.
won the
Moving
Premier
on.
League.
Are you serious?
Won the Premier League.
We're just gonna let him talk on this
All right,
shit.
you're just gonna mute
We
me?
don't talk about this shit, dog.
Dude, it's very applicable to
All
what.
right, go, coach.
They started off with like a very good winning
Right,
record,
hold on,
barely
he's
winning
done.
games in
Goddamn.
overtime and stuff like that. and
What team are you talking
Leicester
about?
City. They won in like 2015, I think. And okay, but they ended up winning the league. Everybody ruled them out after like 6 weeks. They're like, yeah, they're gonna just turn into shit again. Okay, fuck you.
I do kind of agree with the point that he's making in that he's kind of defending
Shit like this can happen in sports, and it turns to one of the greatest
she
seasons
gets
of all time.
wild. No, I
Alright, so-
think the explosion of
so-
Avery Bradley would be very fun to watch.
Let's go on. Let's go on to the next. How many wins they get? 30-52. Okay, that's fair.
So I think they're a fun team to watch because like they got a lot of like explosive players, but I don't think they're put together as a team, and I don't think they have the coaching in place to be a
So-
successful team.
They're 5-4 right now.
Pass me the phone.
We're recording.
Wait, that's
podcast.
my food, bro.
Yeah, wait.
Give me
please.
I'm offering you something.
You're offering some of our own food. Wow, you're so gracious. Now leave because we're recording.
Ah, go fuck out.
No, he doesn't. God damn.
All right, so Philadelphia is 5-4. You think they're gonna go 30-52?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you think that it would help or hurt them if Markelle Fultz came back and was playing? Right.
I think it would help them if the Markelle Fultz that all the teams were sold on, like the #1 overall pick, Markelle Fultz came back, but I don't know that he's that guy.
Do you think that? Oh, I'm sorry, Quad. Do you have anything to say about that?
I'm just gonna put my prediction 33 wins.
33. Okay. Do
Also,
you think it would help if Markelle Fultz came back? Do you think if he's gonna come back, they're gonna get a boost to that number?
I don't know who that is.
he was the
Oh,
#1
nice.
overall pick this year that they chose. I also think we absolutely swindled them.
Wait,
on
was
that
it Lonzo?
trade.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to that.
We absolutely swindled them because Jason Tatum is legit as fuck.
So. Now let's get on to my next topic. Rookie of the year. Who wins? Legitimately, no bias. Ignore that Jason Tatum's on the Celtics. Who wins Rookie of the year this year?
Lonzo
I know it's
Ball.
early, but look at
Lonzo
this.
Ball. Big baller brand.
So he goes Lonzo. Give me your reasoning.
No reason. Big baller brand.
That's a good enough reason for me. Nate, give me your reasoning for who wins and why.
It's gonna be very difficult for me
Give
to.
me a fucking name. You're so wishy-washy and all these fucking.
No. I have
You
an
know
absolute
what?
pick. I just want to qualify.
Justin pointed this shit
It's
out.
gonna be
You
very
gotta fucking put your fucking balls on the table.
okay.
And
Jason
then-
Tatum, but
Because
it's gonna be very difficult for me to separate my bias from this. But he's been an absolute baller. He's averaging like 12 points, 6 assists, or 6 rebounds, or 8 rebounds, I think, per game. Like he's had insane stats, and like he's seriously stepped up. Once we lost, I said 12 and 7.
Jason Tatum's averaging 14 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game.
Yeah, no. Like, people didn't expect this coming into this year, and he's absolutely stepped up with the absence of Gordon Hayward. And I think that's really important, and he's been a big impact to the fact that we have been so successful
You know
this
who
year.
wins Rookie of the Year this year?
Who?
Fucking Ben Simmons.
Does he count as a rookie?
Yes, because this is his first year in the NBA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Ben
My bad,
Simmons
my bad,
is
my bad.
fucking amazing. Have you guys watched Ben Simmons play at all?
Yeah, I have.
This guy is the first generational talent I've seen since
He still can't shoot.
he can't shoot, but it doesn't matter. That's why I thought I was like, oh, well,
Shooting
Ben
is
Simmons
becoming
like,
more and more important. I don't think he's a generational
You know, I
talent by
thought
any
that too.
means.
No, I thought that too. But if you watch this guy play,
I have watched him play.
You haven't, dude. 6'10". At 6'10", he's got this fucking court vision, dude. Honestly,
No, like
he's a
that's
generational
all
talent.
good.
If
but,
you're
like,
taking away just because he can't shoot, honestly, he
wait, because in basketball he can't put the basketball into the hoop from long
Dude,
range.
they're-
You're saying that doesn't matter.
They're playing him basically at point guard.
And point guards should be able to
Yeah,
shoot.
point guard should be able to shoot.
Not when he's surrounded by fucking Joel Embiid, who's arguably one of the best offensive centers in the NBA.
Hurt all the
JJ
time.
Redick, who's one, not this season.
Yeah, we're 8 games in, as you've been
I'm just
saying all the
I'm
time.
just saying. JJ Redick, who's one of the best shooting.
No defense.
Also, he's been hurt, so you should have said that if you played attention to playing NBA.
No, I do.
Robert Covington, who's one of the best shooters in the
Who's that?
NBA. He's fucking 3-and-D. He's a small forward. He went to some school.
See, he has to
Don't know.
explain it, so he's not important.
Just saying. And then at power forward, I think they've been going with Dario Saric or somebody.
Who's that?
Another stretch forward.
You
from
don't
fucking
even
Croatia,
know.
dude.
You don't even know who it is.
Dude,
You're
Darius
just
Saric.
trying
Who the fuck Darius Saric is?
No. You're not even sure who the power forward is. You weren't
Oh,
sure about
that's
that.
a
That's
good
what I'm
point.
saying.
I guess Amir Johnson too. You know him.
Yeah, he's old and fat. Frankly, he was a liability to our team last year.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think that fucking Ben Simmons wins this year. I don't think there's any way that he doesn't.
I think
Even though we're only 8 games in,
no.
just seeing this dude play, the eye test
No,
tells
dude,
everything.
no,
dude.
okay,
This guy
okay.
is fucking amazing.
Now,
I know
Shut
that
the fuck
Lonzo.
up. Shut the fuck up.
Lonzo's trash.
If Lonzo doesn't win,
No.
LeVar Ball will blow up Times Square.
I hope he
That would be
I think he
entertaining.
will blow up.
I
Well,
hope-
not blowing the Times Square. Just
I
say,
think he will
like-
go in and suicide bomb Times
no,
Square.
no. But like him just blowing up on media would be entertaining.
Oh,
as
I would
fuck.
love to see that.
Entertaining as fuck. But I'm just saying.
But
Ben
also,
Simmons wins it.
honestly, I did not think of the fact that Ben Simmons is considered a rookie because
So who do you think wins now?
Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
I think
who do you guys
it's
think
either
wins?
Ben Simmons or Jason Tatum.
Well,
I don't
can
think there's
I
anyone
still
else
think
in
it's
the
Lonzo
conversation.
Ball.
How many rookies do you think you can name? If I give
Dozens.
you, if I give you a picture of a face, do you think you can actually name them?
Probably.
All right. So here's the game now. Here's the game for today's podcast.
Oh
I
no,
pulled up-
I'm gonna lose this.
I pulled up 10 fucking rookies. I'm gonna show. First of all, I'm gonna show the camera the face so that you guys can get it first. Then I'll show these guys. The first one to like, I don't know. I wasn't planning. I wasn't planning on 2 people like being here, but just like slap
So
together
it'll be
somehow,
clear. It'll
or
be
somehow just saying that you know the person. All right, so let's go ahead and pull these up real quick. And I'll start out with this one.
So
Don't look at the screen. Don't get a fucking. Well, I don't care actually. Well, you'll know this. Both of you'll know this one. All right, let's just start with this one.
I couldn't see the
You
screen.
can't fucking tell. You can't
Lonzo
tell. Yeah.
Oh
Fuck
wow, Lonzo
you.
Ball. Good one.
All right, the next one.
God, boy.
The next, yeah, the Quasi wins that one. That's the next one.
Jason Tatum.
Oh, Nate wins that one. It's
Oh
2-1.
wow,
This
wasn't
is going
close.
so bad. This is the game I had planned.
Markel Fultz.
2-1.
He knows
Are you getting
nothing.
cocky? You think you can name? You can name any more?
I know De'Aaron Fox, Josh Jackson. I'm fucking ready,
Those are my
motherfucker.
next 2. All right, so Nate's up 4-1 without even looking. All
Let's
right,
go.
All right.
Who the fuck is that white dude?
Oh my God. He's
Oh,
on the
is he that?
Bulls.
Is
I
he
do
the one
not
that's like
remember his name.
foreign?
He's doing sweet this year.
Is
I
this
forget
the
his name.
foreign dude?
Well, he went to
Like he-
school in America.
So no,
he grew up in like a foreign
To
country.
be honest, I'm not sure about that, but he went to.
I'm pretty
Arizona.
sure he did, and I don't know who he is, but he's been in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. I don't know his name.
Lloyd Markkinen, and he's not great.
No, but he's been doing really well.
That's the next one.
Where's Ray
Four
Yoda?
still. You're probably not gonna know this when he plays for the Jazz. Donovan
Dude, he
Mitchell.
looks like some dude from
still
Disney
4-1.
Channel.
Still 4-1.
Who the fuck is that?
He's on the Lakers.
Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, Lundy was all fucking cocky and shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got 2 right without even looking at the pictures. I forget his name, but he did a self oop. Jordan Bell.
Jordan Bell, there you go. 5-1
There
Lundy.
we go.
And this is the last one. This one is kind of hard to get, but if you watch college hoops, then you might get it.
I do not watch college hoops.
Frank Mason, the third from.
Oh fuck!
I
I've heard that.
I
name.
usually stay away from hoops until playoff season. The Cavs
Like-
win the East as usual.
All right. Well, so
In the
that was a
past.
little bit. That went more poorly than I thought it was going to be.
But I fucking ended that. I did
He
well.
did very
on that.
well. 5-1. We'll get to another one in a little bit.
Also, 2 of my points were based on the people that I hadn't actually seen.
Well, that counts for this game. So 5-1, Lundy wins.
Anything college football would have won his ass.
So the
Oh,
next
you
one,
thought-
the next thing I wanted to talk about. So we talked about Ben Simmons a little bit. And I kind of wanted to stay within Sixers territory. Jaleel Okafor. Have you guys been following?
I think they're
him?
seriously undervaluing him.
Who's undervaluing him? The Sixers,
Sixers.
or other teams?
The Sixers.
Why wouldn't other teams have traded for him? Offered trade for him.
That's a good point. I do not.
Like, do you think? Would you like to have Jaleel Okafor on the Celtics? And what would you be willing to give up for him if you would like him on your team?
I'd be willing to give up like a 2nd round pick for him.
What about the Cavs? Would you like to look for on the Cavs? Do you
I
know
don't know
who
who
it
he
is?
is.
Oh.
Oh my god.
You went to
He was
Duke.
a first overall pick like 2 years
I
ago.
don't know. He was third.
Was he third?
Yeah, he was projected first, but he was third.
Is his name LeBron James?
No, it
bro?
was Carl Towns, D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell, fucking OSU prize.
Yeah, you know him. I'm sure you know him.
Yeah.
But Jahlil
They
Okafor,
took him off the Lakers.
I think they're doing him dirty. I think he deserves to be on a team where he's going to get minutes. I think he deserves to be on a team where they're going to appreciate him. And I think that you're right. The Sixers don't appreciate him, and they're just kind of being, quite frankly, assholes by not.
I think honestly the Sixers are run based on how they handle
Why I think their
injuries
franchise is so bad.
Well, not
because they're run terribly.
Yeah.
trust the process.
Like-
Trust the process. But
No, but they fired him before he could finish his process.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all their injury things, like not disclosing things, and apparently not even disclosing all the information of the players who are injured. Like, it's fucked the way they handle
It's
everything.
like telling Browns fans to trust the
It's
process,
almost-
man.
It's almost like we could run that team better, huh?
No.
Like-
Well, we have experience with fantasy
We
basketball.
do.
So now we gotta get
Let's
into
talk fantasy
now we gotta
basketball.
get into our fantasy basketball league. What a transition.
Tell them about the trade.
So the big trade that happened that we've been teasing at for the past 45 minutes.
Are we 45 minutes?
We
in?
are about 45 minutes.
Oh
in.
my goodness.
How long did these
No.
last?
Usually 45 minutes.
But here we are.
We haven't even gotten to football yet.
If we talk about football, can we go college football at all?
No, we
Absolutely
no,
not. No one cares.
Fuck.
They're not even making money.
We only.
I wanna talk about the Browns.
Well,
That's my-
officially, maybe under the table.
All right, yeah, Ohio State and shady plays like that.
So, what did I just say?
Fantasy basketball.
Fantasy basketball. So the trade that we went through, we drafted on the Saturday.
Oh, fuck you!
Fucking
Sick.
asshole.
Sorry,
You
that
piece of
was.
shit.
You've been
It's
terrible,
on my
man.
sock and my pants now, you dickhead.
Yeah.
What the
You've
fuck?
got
Why'd
my
you
new
pour it?
fucking
What'd you
kids,
pour it
man.
into?
The Kalahari
What
Cup.
is that? What's Kalahari?
Kalahari is an incredible indoor-outdoor water park. They've got this indoor-outdoor jacuzzi and swimming park. It's incredible.
Are they paying us?
They're not paying us,
Oh.
but if they never pay us, we will never ever talk about them ever again. So Kalahari, pay us, and we would love to endorse you because I love your setup.
Very true.
Kalahari.
Thanks, man. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Taco Bell,
Taco Bell.
and that's it. All right, so let's go. Let's go into our fantasy basketball.
All right.
league. So we drafted, I think, the Saturday before the season started, and the season started on Tuesday, just for reference. And the way that we've set up our league, it basically none of us really want to set our lineup every day, which is how fantasy basketball
Fucked
usually
up.
works. So we don't have a bench. We just play players as it is, and to make sure that no one has an unfair advantage, like as far as like, oh, let's add and drop these guys so I can always have people playing. The way that we kind of mitigate that is that we have a constitution where, we drafted a constitution. Fuck you. We drafted a constitution.
We
where-
run in Comic Sans.
We did, and that way you have to take it seriously.
Comic Sans is the best fun.
You can only add drop players on the 15th or on the
No,
31st.
third.
Well,
Last day of the month.
Last day of the month, you can add drop players, and then you can only propose trades on the 15th, and they have to be accepted by the 16th. That's basically what it is. So we drafted, I think it was the 14th. So the 15th, which was
Yeah.
a Sunday, I proposed to Nate. I gave him a trade. I sent him Gordon Hayward, trying to
Love Gordon Hayward.
trying to take advantage of his bias. Gordon Hayward
I'm very
and
biased.
Julius Randle, who was my last pick, for his Paul Millsap and CJ McCollum. And on the 16th, which was that Monday, I texted him and I said, hey, dude, you gonna take my trade or what? And he said, nice trade. And then he accepted it. Well, Tuesday, October 17th, which was the first day of the regular season, Celtics played the Cavs, right? Yeah, they played the Cavs. Within 6 minutes, Gordon
This
Hayward
makes
got
this injury way more funny.
You're an asshole.
I'm gonna end your fucking
You're a
life.
fucking asshole. So I first of all thought that I had already won the trade. I mean, Julius Randle and Gordon Hayward for CJ McCollum and Paul Millsap. I think I already won that trade. But on top of that, like, first of all, unfortunately, it's not.
Oh, wow,
fun.
he laughs as he says, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Gordon, no, honestly, like,
No,
I
it
like
is
Gordon
pretty
Hayward.
sad.
I like Gordon Hayward and everything,
Also, how the fuck do you not have ligament damage?
but
That's
unfortunately-
fucked up.
Unfortunately, Gordon Hayward went down. So I think I definitely won that trade.
But
Regardless of that,
tell him who's winning our fantasy league.
Nate's fucking winning our fantasy league, and like we said earlier, it's rotisserie scoring.
Running away with it.
Not really. It's like he's got like 36. I've got like 34.
Guess who's the
Wait,
next best?
I would
At
like to
24.
show
Yeah.
a
The
worse,
next,
No one remembers.
a worse injury than Gordon Hayward.
No, I don't want to see it. Oh. R.I.P. Ben.
I don't know if they can see that. Where's the camera?
That's our homie Ben.
Hold up.
Jesus Christ. You look retarded.
Ah, fuck. How's this shit work?
It's not complicated.
There you go.
Ew,
You see
God,
the
what
bone
the fuck
coming
is
out of his
that?
arm?
You know Ben?
yeah.
That's him.
What the what the hell?
He
Yeah,
overshot
compound
a
fracture.
30-foot jump at mountain bike. Yeah.
'Cause that's his job now is to do mountain bike shit.
Make hella money.
And now he might not be able to mountain bike again.
You might never ride a bike again.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. But you adopted a dog and she's really cute.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. it's
Right,
really cute.
dude, she's so cute. Her name's Sadie. Oh my goodness.
I'm sure he's loving that with like all the fucking Percocets he's taking and shit.
No, he's probably off that by now, honestly.
Really?
Like, he's more than a week removed from the surgery.
Okay. It's
Like-
so hard to get off those painkillers too.
No, but if your doctor's still prescribing them at that point, your doctor's just leaving
Trying to
you
make
towards
money.
heroin.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Straight up. All right, now that we've gotten off our heroin
Sorry.
tangent,
Okay. Yeah. We can get back to the topic.
Anyway, though, so I think that's it for our fantasy basketball as far as that's concerned.
I'm fucking shit up. I don't know how, but
Well, do you even know what Paul Millsap looks like?
yeah.
You do?
He's
All right,
a
let's
large
play another
black man. He's a
game.
power forward.
Let's play another game where we do.
Dude,
current
I know
players.
what Paul Millsap looks like.
Let's do current players, and we'll do the same exact thing again.
I know what he looks like. That's DeMarcus Cousins. No,
Oh shit, we're already going off.
that's fucking Anthony Davis.
1-0.
They're on the same team.
Wait, did you know who that was? Oh shit. Oh man.
I said DeMarcus Cousins real quick, but just because I saw him, I'm like, oh, forward for the fucking Pelicans.
Okay, yeah, I guess. I mean.
No, it was a pretty dumb mistake to make.
All right, so I guess this is just a game for London, unless he ever wants to.
Yeah, it's Noah back in this motherfucker.
Fuck out here.
That's the
Fuck
next
all
one.
It's Kawhi Leonard. No, that's the
That's
other story.
DeAndre and Jordan.
Oh
Jesus.
shit! Wait, do you want to be? Because
Oh, yeah, Quasi, get out, get out.
Oh, fuck off. No,
This
fuck.
is not fair.
All right, it's
College
me versus you. It's me
Number
versus
what?
you. In this
Oh,
quiz.
bitches.
You just guess
Well,
who
we
it
gotta.
is.
Should I
Wait,
move
should
this
I
or
not
something?
look?
Yeah, no. Just wait until he shows it to us.
Well, I gotta show these people so they know that I'm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So just ignore it until he shows it to us. Head down.
Oh shit! I closed.
Jesus
Oh, there we go.
Christ.
All right.
It's on
okay.
Whiteside.
Shit. Well, we didn't even give him a chance. His head's still down.
Well, that's his.
Did you know that's the
I don't know
sideline?
what that is.
Oh shit! Well, all right. Lundy's up. 1-0. We'll start over again.
Say it head down and then head up.
Okay,
Yeah.
head down. Head down. Lundy, you guys put your head down. Let's put your fucking close your eyes. All right, head up.
Jalen Brown.
Fuck me.
2-0. This is. I swear, this is.
I did know that one.
All right,
But I
head
saw
down.
it on the.
I'm not
down.
good.
I'm looking
I'm
at
not that
this
good
before.
at these games, dude. I don't follow the NBA too closely.
Head up.
Oh, Kemba Walker.
Oh, fuck
Head
me. I actually do that.
Head
I
down.
love Kemba.
Head down.
I got
Head
no
up.
idea who this is.
Oh shit! He's on the.
That
he's on
is-
the
Yeah, Quasi knows who this
Wait,
is.
is that Mike Conley?
3-1.
Fuck yeah. 3-1 lead. The Cubs did it last year.
Head down. Head down. By the way, we got like 20. Head up.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
no.
knows?
Jonas Valanciunas, dude.
That is not Valanciunas.
That is Jonas
Is that like a
Valanciunas.
rookie picture of him?
Nope, that's this season.
Dude, that's like a white.
He does not keep a beard. Like
That's
that.
like a.
This season he does.
I
All
don't
right, head
know.
down.
Really?
Head down. Head down.
I don't know.
Head down.
I'm gonna leave.
I don't know how to
Portland
describe
in
that.
this shit.
Head up.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Timberwolves point guard.
Jeff Teague.
I don't know. I was
Shit,
trying to say
that's
it's a
too
white
much.
James Harden.
Head down.
Just
Head
makes him a
up.
white dude with a beard.
I'm so
Yo,
happy.
those eyes.
Al
The Pacers? Who's that?
I don't know anyone
Jefferson.
in Portland.
That's
Big-
Al Jefferson.
Big Al Jefferson.
Big Al.
All right, head down. Give him quality head there because he knows head up.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
Is there a way to overlay the fucking this thing onto the screen?
No.
That'd be so cool.
That-
It would
that
look
definitely
so
would.
professional.
Is that Robertson?
We need a producer, man. Figure that shit out.
He's on the Thunder, isn't he?
Well, he got
Well, yeah,
traded.
you can
He got traded.
tell because of that
No.
jersey, though.
No, he was on the Thunder.
Especially since you can tell based on the
I don't know.
on the
I can't.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Ennis Cantor. He was
Fuck!
on the Thunder. He was on the Thunder, but he was traded in the Carmelo trade. All right, head down. Here we
I'm
go.
gonna try one more.
Head up.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
I tried.
Lundy, I'll be
Internet. I
impressed.
tried my best.
Wait, can I add one? I'm
Okay.
here real quick. Can I
Well,
add
I'm
one?
like, all right.
Yeah, no, you'll know this one. It's easy. This most well-known player.
It's gonna be an
Fuck,
Ohio
if
if
State.
you put
away.
LeBron James there, I'm gonna end your
No,
fucking
step away.
It's gonna be an Ohio State. It's gonna be
Shut the
fucking
fuck up. No,
Cardinals.
it's not.
Who
It's
was
an NBA player.
It's gonna be fucking Cardinals.
I
How
don't
many
know-
Urban
I don't
Meyer?
even know what Cardell
All right.
looks like because he was on that fucking. There was a picture of him.
All right, here we go. Head down. Head up.
Mellow.
Odie Mello.
Odie Mello.
Wow. Good one. No one knows who that is.
All right, we ready to keep going?
I said everybody knows
Right.
who this is.
See it. Good night.
You want to keep doing this?
No.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't have to do head down shit anymore because it's just lunch.
Yeah, let's go, let's go.
All right.
LeBron James.
Oh, do I have that shit? I used to have it on my fucking thing. Damn, I don't have it anymore on my fucking phone. Yeah. Do you know it? It's David West.
Nice.
All right, let's just move on.
JJ Redick.
Oh, you used to have the LeBron James.
I did.
LeBron James.
All
Now
right.
you don't.
That was JJ Redick, though, right?
Yeah, it was. All right.
So 6-1.
Well, you're not playing against anybody anymore.
I just want more points.
Yo, you want to move on to shitting on Lundy's Patriots?
Go
You can
ahead.
move on to football. What do you want to say about the Patriots? Go for it.
Say what you got.
They're trash.
Defend it.
We're 6-2. His team, the Browns, are 0-8. Go for it.
Dude, we're about to have a parade for the imperfect season.
Oh,
We're
That's
trying.
what
We're
that's
trying
what
for the
y'all said
second
last
time.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna
Here's
say.
my
There's
cold
a
take.
Facebook event.
No,
if
no,
you don't
no,
live in
no,
Cleveland,
no.
I would recommend coming down.
Here's my cold take because it's not controversial at all. Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl again.
That's a hot take.
No, it's a cold take.
Making a Super Bowl prediction is always a hot take.
No, it's just like we were all expecting it going into the season, and it's just going to happen. I was expecting.
You
it
have
going
2
into this.
losses already, bro.
Oh, 2 losses while our defense was figuring shit out.
Tom Brady's old. He's old as fuck.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
what about-
sorry that you guys have never had a good QB, so you don't understand what it's like. I do truly feel bad for you about that.
Dude, what are you talking about? Brian Hoyer, fucking
Yeah.
Brady Quinn,
Do you know what team Brian Hoyer's on right now?
Josh Cribbs played quarterback sometimes.
What team is Brian Hoyer on right now?
Is he on the Patriots?
Yeah, as a fucking backup.
You guys are so focused on quarterbacks, man.
No, I don't. I'm
Well,
not
here's the
fucking
thing, though.
quarterbacks,
Here's
but
the
they
thing.
Or
are.
are you going to talk about Josh Gordon?
No, I'm going to talk about the Texans because Deshaun Watson tore his ACL
And
yesterday.
now they're fucked.
Well, what do we think about the Texans situation right now?
I think the fact that DeAndre Hopkins is one of my highest point scorers in fantasy is really the fuck.
Well, Will Fuller's been killing it too. So
Who's that?
he's like their second wide receiver. So, but he's been doing really well.
You know, because they had a quarterback. Now we're going to Tom Savage.
Yeah,
I'm
Tom
fucked.
Savage. Although they're
I am
allegedly
fucked.
they're working out Colin Kaepernick.
Unlikely.
I'm just saying. Why? Because after the inmates comment that their owner had.
No, just because it's Colin Kaepernick. He's not actually good.
I agree with that.
Like, he's not. Okay, you're
As a
out of frame
49ers
also.
fan, well, I'm trying to stay out because now I'm just gonna let you guys rip.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, I don't think.
so
Colin Kaepernick's
frankly,
actually
Colin
good.
Kaepernick
As
is
a 49ers fan who's watched him play probably more than both of you guys have,
probably.
he's not that good.
No, Colin Kaepernick's not an impressive quarterback. This whole narrative about him being like selected against, like biased against, is just ridiculous. Because frankly,
He could start for some teams, which is what people are arguing for. I mean, he could start for the Niners still. He's better than CJ Beathard.
yeah, but here's the thing: with your backup quarterback, you don't want any controversy. You don't want to bring any
He's
controversy.
starting probably.
Maybe.
Even Tom Savage. Tom Savage is fucking buns, dude.
I might rather have Tom Savage than him. But frankly, the thing is, like, out of a not very good quarterback, you want zero controversy. You don't want any sort of bad information about your team
I mean,
coming out of like a quarterback who's not very good. You're only willing to take that sort of bad press with someone who's
Amazing.
integral to your team being incredible.
Like, I mean, if you're the best, like you can go on to any team with controversy. Like,
Yeah.
if Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to go to any team he wanted,
No, we're not
Like-
talking about stars.
No,
Dude,
no,
it's
no,
Cristiano
no, no.
Ronaldo, yeah.
It is a good point.
he
That's
brings
a
a lot.
transcendental
He brings
player.
he brings a lot of bad media, but like he
But it
is
doesn't matter.
arguably the best, or like not. It's
He's
like
the second
it's either
best.
him or Messi.
Messi
It's
is
either him or
definitely
Messi
better.
every year. We're not
Messi's
doing that.
Well, how
absolutely
about-
better.
So, transcendental players.
Messi's better than Ronaldo.
All right, and so like the best. Look at the NFL. That's like the best football players in the world.
Absolutely, not even close.
One of the best running backs, Ezekiel Elliott, OSU product. He's not suspended for this fucking week. What's
Yeah.
up with that shit?
Okay.
Dude, I don't know what's. I've stopped following it. I
He's
don't know what's going
He's
on.
been
All right.
fucking snip snap.
No. So I have 2 points about this. A, the fact that he's able to continue playing while his appeal is still active is a testament to the U.S. court system, because he can have it be that until it's decided in the courts, he's allowed to play. Because you shouldn't have to deal with the effects of the decision that you think are unconstitutional, unlawful, whatever, until those are actually decided by the courts. But B, the fact that it's bounced around between so many different courts and been, there's been a stay on it, there's been not a stay on it, like he's going to be able to play, he's not going to be able to play just based on bouncing between courts. That is a huge problem with the U.S. court system. So I think it's showing both the good and bad sides of the U.S. court system, and I wish we had a more unified approach to figuring out these cases so that they could be done far quicker than they are, because obviously there's a problem when you're going between 3 different court systems or whatever, maybe even more. I'm not sure about that. But that's pretty fucked up. Like, just, there should be able to have a decision way quicker than
So I'm gonna jump in here as an Ohio State fan. I'm gonna remove some bias because I'm going to outright say that Ezekiel Elliott, I don't know if he still does, but he did have a huge cocaine problem, especially in college.
That has nothing to do with this.
No, it does, because it has everything to do with the case.
No, the case is about whether or not he abuses women,
Yet,
which has nothing to do with cocaine.
do it again. It does have everything to do with cocaine, because a lot of the stuff in the text messages from his girlfriend to him were about the girlfriend saying she was gonna tell people he did cocaine, blah blah blah. It's pretty integral part of the case.
And she also said,
But-
I will make shit up to ruin you.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I think it has nothing to do with cocaine. But yeah.
What I'm saying is I'm a big fan of that. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. And I think the NFL's mistake was they did their own investigation, which said
Poorly run investigation.
it was very poorly run, because they basically concluded that the Columbus police found that there was nothing they could do. They couldn't press charges or anything, but they just decided to make up their own charges, which makes no sense, because he wasn't found guilty in any sense of way or any sense of the word. It was a group of very highly paid people in the NFL who work for the NFL commissioner that made up the decision. It's just stupid. I think the whole thing, come on, I don't know what this is.
It's
It's a bad thing.
Wait, what's X-Files. He's saying that you're conspiracy.
Oh, that's conspiracy.
It's about conspiracy theories, kind of.
But I think it was just very poorly run.
The whole investigation was terrible.
And
What is this?
Zeke's still a great player.
That's the orange tip. It's an airsoft gun.
I did watch him destroy Alabama live. That was cool.
Dude, Zeke is sick at football.
All right. We're getting a little bit off topic. So we're just talking about suspended players. Now we can hop into Josh Gordon.
Josh fucking Gordon. I'll
I
never
don't
be
even
the
know
same.
what to say about that.
I'll never be the same. He's probably going to be suspended in 3 weeks after he gets reinstated.
Oh yeah.
That's all I got to say about what you got.
I have Josh Gordon in every single league.
That's
that
kind of
I'm in.
retarded.
Why not? Why not?
His brother were dead in the word. I'm sorry about saying that.
Why the fuck not? Why wouldn't you have Josh Gordon? That's like the epitome of low risk, high reward.
When do you draft him?
I pick him up. Free agency.
That's fair. Okay,
He's
so
just burning a bench spot. I don't give a shit.
so one of my friends in my league with my friends from home picked up Josh Gordon with the 29th overall draft pick. It's pretty much the perfect response. It was far too early. It's picked him up every single year we've had this league, which has been for 3 years straight. For 3 years of him not being in the league. But yeah, he does have him. I don't think it's gonna pan out though.
Yeah,
Because it takes time, to integrate with an offense, and it takes time to just get back into that football mode. He hasn't played football in so long.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Was he not playing? Like, don't you play
he said,
football
he
during
said he's in the
suspension?
best shape of his life.
Like, he's saying that, his agent's saying that, but
He's
Or-
also only 26.
our Browns coach is saying
Bro,
that.
how do you
He's
get
27. He's
how do you
27.
fail a drug test in the NFL, man? Like you
He's-
know when it's coming, they tell you.
They test you once a year and they tell you months in advance.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just, I don't think it's a drug test, it's an idiot test.
I think that's yeah.
Because they just give you enough time to get clean off of any possible drug.
It's the Jack test.
It's ridiculous.
It's the Jack test, bro. The Jack and Andrew test.
Yeah, no, mostly Andrew because Jack did quit weed.
Yeah,
since he
Andrew's
realized-
just a fucking dumbass.
fucking retard.
So do you remember you saying the Patriots should trade for Josh Gordon?
No, I thought that we should get Josh Gordon in addition.
He said in one of our podcasts that he would have traded Gronk to the Browns, and the Browns would have given the Patriots Josh Gordon and someone else who I cannot remember.
I think probably Terrell Pryor, but I also think
That's a
fake news.
terrible trade.
I think that's fake news. I think that's fake
That's
news.
a
Look back at this. By the way, Underinformed Bias is our other
On
podcast
SoundCloud.
that's on iTunes as well.
But okay, so I don't think I actually said that. Also, this is right after the Gronk injury, so I might have said
That
some dumb
sounds
shit.
like something you would have said.
I might have said
during
some
the
dumb
Gronk
shit. But so I think Josh Gordon's a very talented receiver. And Terrell Pryor is also very good, and he's being wasted on the team that he's currently on.
Yeah,
Which
Ohio
is
State sucks,
the
right?
Chiefs?
Nope. Redskins.
Redskins, sorry. I was thinking the
Well, it's too bad.
racist towards the Indians.
It's
teams.
too,
My
it's too
bad.
bad.
I picked the wrong one.
This is all like
No, okay, but what I would say, I did make a really dumb, like short-sighted comment. I will absolutely agree to that.
Now I want to say that in the same podcast you did say I trust in what Bill does.
Yeah, no, I will always, because I just know that Bill Belichick knows far more about football than I do. He knows more about it and more about personnel moves and everything. So whatever he does, I'm like, yep, there's probably a reason for it. So the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, because I was pretty high on him, but once he traded him for a second-round pick, I realized he's probably not that good. Straight
Yeah,
up.
that's the cool thing about like great NFL coaches. You know, like
Yeah, no, he knows more than me,
Yeah.
and I'm willing to defer to his judgment.
yeah, but I'm like, you know, like Urban Meyer, great college football coach.
Yeah, no,
But you
fantastic.
don't. I mean, you don't know that he's like always got it down. Like, you know, Bill Belichick's always fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, no,
and knows every step of what he's gonna do.
You know, I just trust every single move that he makes
Yeah.
because there's a track record. My entire life, I've seen him make the right choice. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. But, like, I do, like, regardless, like, he trades people that I think, okay, irregardless, it's no work. So go fuck yourself. But, like, he trades people that seem like they have so much more value. And, like, he chooses not to re-sign, what's his name? The guy who was the Jets.
Collins.
Nope. The Jets
Darrell
quarterback, Darrell Reeves. He chose not to re-sign him. Like, he had good reason not to. He fell the fuck off a cliff after he won his Super Bowl. Like, Bill just knows more than I do, and I'm happy to defer to him on any call that he makes. That's all I'm going to say.
Fuck the
Would you suck his
Patriots.
dick though?
No,
You wouldn't suck his dick?
he's got a wife.
What about just a hand job?
I mean, I bet he'd pay me and give me a good tip.
No, I feel like he'd prefer to
Yeah,
have.
do your job. Do your hand job.
Like, if he specifically asked me, I'd think about it. But, like, he's got a wife and shit. Like, he'd probably much rather have her give him a hand job or blow job because
Well,
she's.
he's gay.
Well, then, I don't know. I do not know
I mean,
what
I think Kevin Spacey had like a long-time girlfriend, or maybe a wife.
You don't-
But he's gay now.
Yeah.
Well, he's gay ever since there was controversies, so he could use being gay to distract from that.
I think he's honestly gay.
So we
No, I think he is gay, but I think he realized that coming out might be a big enough distraction.
Do you think he's actually that politically like inclined to do things like
Dude, he has PR managers. Like he has people that their only job.
Yo, your PR manager's like, wait, what if you came out as gay?
I know, for real though. Like he has people
I know.
whose job it is to make him look good in the public eye. So I'm sure he just deferred to them and they said that's a good idea.
Yeah, you should fire them. He's a terrible dude.
It was a better idea. What was the other options? He was accused of
Not
sexual
say
assault.
anything.
Dude, if you say nothing, that looks so bad. That was his only chance at deflecting the conversation to something else. I think
Deflect it, just go to court like you're going to anyway.
no, he's not going to court because statute of limitations. Like he would never go to court. It's only go to the court of public opinion.
Oh.
His only chance was to deflect.
Reasons I shouldn't go into law.
All right.
Accounting.
So we touched on
So many
trades
things.
and all this other shit and fucking the Patriots.
Patriots.
You know what just passed in the NFL today? Or not today, but like recently, was the trade deadline. And there was some big time. This was one of the most active trade deadlines I can remember.
Oh.
Let's
We should talk about
talk
the Browns.
about the Browns. Well, okay. There are a few quarterback
We
movements.
should talk about the
In fact,
Browns.
Nate touched on it real quick. It was the Jimmy Garoppolo. But before we touch on that quarterback move, let's talk about the failed quarterback move from the Browns.
Oh
So,
my
Waz,
goodness.
Waz, you care to enlighten us?
I mean,
for those who
Just
don't
tell us
know.
from your perspective
What
as a
happened?
Browns fan.
What
I'll
happened?
give you the perspective of every Browns fan I heard about. I was like, oh, sounds like something the Browns would do. Then I walked
What
away
happened?
from that
What happened?
person. I don't fuck. They forgot, like they were gonna make they were actively pursuing this quarterback.
Who?
I don't fucking
AJ
know who it was.
McCarron.
AJ
Backup
McCarron.
for the
Bengals.
Yeah. Okay. And
backup for Andy Dalton.
this
They fucked up trying to get Andy Dalton.
And they just didn't get it.
Trying to trade way too much for Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton's backup, dude.
You know what? I don't give a fuck.
But so basically,
I'm
Worst things
done.
have happened in
I-
the Browns.
Yeah.
for our viewers who don't know
fumble.
what went down. So the Browns and the Bengals were talking very seriously, obviously, because they were at this point that we're talking about right now, about trading Andy Dalton for, I believe, a second and fourth round picks. Or AJ McCarron, not Andy Dalton. I'm sorry about that. In theory, but it doesn't really work. You can just push it past it. They were talking very seriously about trading for AJ McCarron, Andy Dalton's backup on the Bengals, a divisional team. You know, that's an interesting trade. But so the Browns, they finally got like terms that the Bengals agreed with at like 3:50 p.m. Mind you, the trade deadline's at 3:50 or 4 p.m. So they had 10 minutes, you know, in which to officialize this trade with the league. And here's what they did. They decided to celebrate this trade and not call the league office. That's what they did. They just forgot to do the things to make this trade actually official before celebrating
All
this
right,
trade.
I'm gonna describe my favorite moment as a Browns fan. It was before
It's
I was
gonna be
born.
depressing. It's
It
gonna
was
be
before I
depressing.
was born. Oh,
It's already depressing.
That's nice. But the time before I was born was depressing.
No, the fact.
So once I came into this world,
No.
it got even better.
The fact that your
Okay, let me
favorite
go on.
Browns memory is before you were born.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty depressing.
Anyways, I don't know, maybe in the 90s, the Browns were about to beat the Ravens, but something happened and the refs decided to end the game just like with a minute and 40 left on the game clock. So the Browns fans just started throwing beer bottles at the refs, and it turned into like 1,000 beer bottles.
Alex,
something like
you
that
have your facts wrong.
Look it up.
Something happened like
No, I will look it up, but here's the thing.
That's like the basic
You
story.
said that in the 90s, this was at a Browns versus Ravens game.
This is Browns Ravens. This is Browns
Yeah,
Ravens.
Okay,
actually,
so-
no, Lundy's got
so
it.
in the
Oh wait, I'm
Yeah,
wrong. I'm wrong.
you are wrong.
Yeah.
There we go.
It
Because
was
the Browns moved out of Cleveland and became the Ravens in 1995. The Browns didn't come back to Cleveland as an expansion team until 1999.
I'm gonna look it up.
That's why I was saying he's right.
That was a weird noise. I don't like that.
I don't like you. You have two different farts on the
I have
soundboard.
3. That one's more of like
That's
a.
disgusting.
Oh, 2001. 2001.
There we go.
My
Alright,
bad.
So anyway, so we've talked
I'm
about
still
the
right
Browns.
to say that he's wrong without knowing any details,
So
though.
we've talked about the Browns fucking shit up once again, and now let's
With
move
the
on to some
replacement rush?
successful trades
Dude.
such as Jimmy Garoppolo. Lundy, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are.
It was
You guys got a
Jacksonville.
second
It was a
round
Jag.
My thoughts are the fact that Bill Belichick was willing to give up Jimmy Garoppolo for a second-round pick means that Jimmy Garoppolo was not as valuable as I previously thought, and honestly, probably not very valuable overall. And you guys are gonna have major trade remorse.
Well, I want to point this out. If you're a listener of our podcast, you listen to all of them and you're a loyal follower of Mike, then you're gonna realize that whenever there's a player on one of Nate's teams, they're the best player that's ever lived. And then when they get traded or moved or they just leave in free agency, they're not that good anymore.
I would
Yeah, how
like.
good's Isaiah Thomas now? Yeah, he told me he's.
Isaiah Thomas is very good. I
He
have.
told me he was. bad shit.
injury.
I have.
hip injury.
I have definitely made offhand jokes about him being an injured midget, but
You made a joke about injured players, man? Oh, are you a fucking terrible person? I hope you die.
I'm like Quasi. Quasi should be out here more fucking often, dude. This guy.
Alright, so I made jokes about that, but I have nothing but love for IT. He got our team to where we are today. Him being on our team and getting us to where we are is what brought Gordon Hayward and Al Horford to our team. So I have nothing but respect for him, and I love IT. He's the shit.
No, the 98.
No, stop fucking pointing a gun across my face. Fuck. But what I'm saying is, don't point at my fucking computer.
He's not pointing.
It looks close enough. Don't worry. It's close enough. Don't worry. All right, but what I'm saying about specifically Jimmy Garoppolo is that the fact that Bill Belichick was willing to trade him for only a second-round pick. Are you done?
I'll give you the fact
Are you
that
done?
I'm
So
done.
Bill Belichick. Okay, as I said a couple minutes ago, Bill Belichick knows more about football than I do. I trust him on that. And B, if he's willing to give up Jimmy Garoppolo for just a second-round pick, he's not the future of our quarterbacking situation in New England.
I'm gonna tell you this.
And I trust his decision-making. He knows so much more than me. It's crazy.
So all right, I'm gonna spit some facts right
Yeah.
now. Allegedly, I don't know because I don't follow college football. Maybe Quasi can put a little bit of input on this.
Mhm.
But apparently, this upcoming NFL draft is going to be one of the strongest quarterback classes in quite a long time.
Yeah. No, that
And you guys, essentially, since it's the ninth, you got the 49ers second round.
we got like the
It's
34th
basically-
pick.
It's basically a first round.
Yeah, you got some strong quarterbacks.
Now, on top of all that, I will say that Bill Belichick has a very strong track record of
His
making
trades.
good trades and making good picks and just knowing football in general.
He knows so
But
much more than us.
I would venture to say that this is a win-win for both teams. I think the Patriots get a quality pick out of a player that realistically probably wouldn't be playing for them because Tom Brady, if he's going to actually play until he's like 45, then
He
Jimmy
will.
Garoppolo, who is, it's commonly
27, I think.
25. He's pretty young. As it's commonly believed, among the NFL and stuff, he's a starter quality quarterback.
He's only started a game and a half.
But as far as look at a lot of the other quarterbacks. Like we were just giving Andy Dalton shit, and he's probably in the top half of quarterbacks in the NFL right
It's probably true, but I don't think a quarterback who's merely in the top half of the NFL.
now. I'm just saying, I think
Quarterback is the most important position.
I know, and that's
It's
what,
not close.
But what I'm saying is
In the NFL, I know that
Yeah.
in college it's different, and you live in the college world, but in the NFL,
Lundy's
there's
got
no
it.
position more important than the quarterback.
Lundy's right.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. No, you're right.
So what I'm saying is, I think it's a fair trade for both teams. I was ecstatic as a 49ers fan because seeing Brian Hoyer and C.J. Beathard compete for the starting quarterback spot was just so fucking terrible this whole season.
Okay.
And finally seeing Jimmy Garoppolo be on the team, I mean, that's at the very least a chance to have, a franchise quarterback.
How do you feel about the fact that the moment you guys dropped Brian Hoyer, we were willing to pick him up?
He wasn't starting for us anymore.
I know, but like we picked him up immediately when you dropped him.
I don't care.
Now I think that means that in the Patriot system, quarterbacks have a lot more value than any other system.
You're comparing the Patriots to the 49ers, dude.
I am.
We might have the inverse of your fucking record this year. If we're lucky.
Seriously,
What's your record right now?
we're 6-2.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we'll be 2-14 by the end of the season.
No, likely you'll probably be 15-1. Or no, 1-15.
I would love to be 15-1.
It's impossible though.
It is a problem.
They are probably gonna be 1-15.
But I hope so. Or I hope we go 0-16.
I really hope the Browns go winless. I want this parade to
I was
happen.
gonna say, or I hope we go 0-16.
I would
and-
love to see the
and
Browns.
the Browns go 1-15. That way we get the first over.
No, I want the Browns to go 0-16 now. I want to see this parade in Cleveland.
All right. So anyway,
I do
Nate-
want to see the winless.
Nate and I disagree. I mean, on the Garoppolo trade.
No,
So
okay.
that's done. That's done with.
Wait,
all right?
no.
Let's-
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry to drag this on. I know we're dragging this on a lot. But I do think it is kind of mutually beneficial because the Niners would have fucked up that second-round pick. I'm sorry to say that. But it does help you to have a legit quarterback now.
I was done, but now I got to go in. I think John Lynch killed the fucking draft last
He did.
fucking year. I think that you talking shit on the Niners trying to fuck up the pick, I think that's totally uncalled for because even you have given John Lynch at least a little bit of
No,
credit
I've
for
given
being
John Lynch a
solid
lot of
GM.
credit where we've seen one draft out of him.
And a trade that I think was, you just said, was mutually beneficial. He hasn't fucked the Niners more than fucking any of our.
No, he's been your best GM in the last 20 years. I don't know if he's
I
a
don't
good
know about
GM.
20. I don't actually know about 20, but like last 5 for sure.
Oh, okay, last 10.
Last 5.
Let's
10.
say last 10.
Yeah.
He's been your best GM in
So-
the last 10 years. I don't know
so-
if he's been a good GM.
I don't think he'd fuck up that pick. I'm just saying, like, I think that everything's okay. You know, I was agreeing with the buddy up until he just started talking shit about John Lynch. I gotta defend John Lynch
No.
because John Lynch actually fucks up.
John Lynch
he has
has.
not fucked up yet.
All I'm saying is he's been your best GM of the last 10 years. I'm not sure that he's been a good GM.
I'm just saying he hasn't fucked up yet, so I believe in him. Anyway,
Moving on.
let's move on to another trade deadline move. Jay Ajayi to the Eagles.
So
You know
fun
Jay
fact
Ajayi?
that
Okay.
fun
What
fact
position
that
is he playing?
He's running back.
oh my god. Fuck
Can you
out
show
of
me
here.
a picture of him?
I don't know. Actually, yeah.
He looks like a generic black
What do
dude.
you think about Jay?
Fun
that was
fact-
so
Fucking
racist.
asshole. We're gonna get
God.
fucking canceled on our own fucking.
Dude,
network.
ESPN is not going to pick us up.
All right, I think I'm gonna leave this podcast. I'm tired.
That's
That's you.
I'm gonna end-
You just made this racist ass remark. Dude.
Yeah, with the
You're
racism
fucking asshole,
remark.
dude.
But hey, wait, let me end this with a question for myself or for the viewers. Since we're talking about football in the NFL, so, the scenario
You
is
fucking racist.
you are
Dude, that was not
about to be.
racist.
Hey, shut the fuck up! You're about to be happily married with your fiance within the next week.
Wait, what?
You have to choose an NFL team, all the stars on offense, defense, and special teams to fuck your wife, every single player. Which team do you choose? There is a right answer. Lundy will explain on the next episode.
God damn it.
All right, that's a wrap. Good job, guys.
It's whatever team that one guy.
No, you can't let them know.